So, in the yesterday's class, we learned till the motion along a straight line. Okay. Now we will learn about the uniform motion and non-uniform motion. See, if I am moving in a means now we need to understand. We understood that what is a motion and how to describe a motion and what is the difference between the distance and displacement. That concepts are clear. Okay. And after that I will tell you in vectors and scalars. So distance is comes under vector or scalar and displacement is comes under a vector or scalar. That difference I will tell you. Okay. Then before that we will learn about in motion only we are having two types, uniform motion and uniform and non-uniform. So from this name itself we can say uniform means it is a constant motion. Okay. Non-uniform means it is varying, it is changing. Its speed it is changing while it is in the motion. That is from this name we need to understand. Okay. Suppose here we will take one example. Suppose one object is moving along a straight line. Okay. And one object is moving along a straight line. And so it travels 5 meter in its first second. It's 5. So here this is the reference point O or 0. Okay. In the first second it travels 5 meter. And in the second second, in the next second, it moves the same 5 meters. And in the third second also it moves 5 meters. In the fourth second also it moves 5 meters. So we can say it is a uniform now. Means the time interval between two motions is same only with the equal distance. Okay, the time interval and in the motion is a very small also. Here in 1 second it is a 5 meter and here next second it is also a 5 meter. Means per each second for 1 second its moment is how much? 5 meter. Okay. So here we can say this is a uniform motion. Means and sometimes what happens in equal distance we may cross an unequal interval of times also. Suppose we are having an equal distance from here to here. I need to go from A to B. This is in some main road. Okay. And same distance in the some traffic road. In the traffic road. The distances are equal. These two distances are equal. I need to cover from same A to B here. But in main road in highway I will take very less amount of time. Understood? Why? Because here I don't have any traffic. I can go with maximum speed. But here I am having traffic. First I will go with some speed and I will change my speed. Again increase my speed. Again reduce, increase like that. But I am crossing means I am going to the same distance but in a unequal time interval. Okay. So this comes under as a non-uniform. This is a uniform. Clear? So here you just see the one activity. You just after this class you please go through this one. The data regarding the motion of two different objects A to B are given in table 8.1 and examine them carefully and state whether the motion of the objects is a uniform or a non-uniform. That is I need to tell. See here we are having a table 8.1. So here time taken and distance travelled by object from A to A in meters and the distance travelled by object B in meters. Okay. See here at 9:30 he is at 10 meters distance. At 9:45 20 meters means in 15 minutes. In 15 minutes. Here also in next 15 minutes he will be from 20 to 30. Means what is the difference here? Difference is 10 and here difference is 10. Here also difference is 10. Difference is 10. So all the time and the distance differences are same. So that is why we can say this is a uniform motion. But if you see in this third column, the distance traveled by the object B. Just at 9:30, it will be at 12 meters distance. Then 9:45, in after 15 minutes, it will be at 19 meters. So what is the difference? 5 meters. 7 meters. Then at 10 a.m. it will be at 23. So what is the difference? 4 meters. And at 10:15 it will be at 35 meters. What is the difference? 12. So you just observe here in this here. So here these differences are varying. So we can say this is a non-uniform motion. So this is a uniform. This is a non-uniform. Now you understood what is a uniform and non-uniform motion.
Yes, sir.
Now I will say one more example. Suppose one person from village A to village B. Okay, one person is crossing. It has some 3 kilometers distance. In 3 kilometers in 10 minutes. Suppose if I say. Okay, and one more person. Same, he will cross this 3 kilometers in some 20 minutes. And here we are having a stoppages also. Okay. Here we don't have any traffic. Here we are having some traffic. And he is crosses in 20 minutes. And he will increase his speed. Okay. Then reduce, increase and reduce. And here he will comes in some constant only. He won't change his speed. Okay. So here, which is a uniform, which is a non-uniform? Tell me. Yes, uniform. So the bus is. So you just observe in your real life. The bus is traveling from one district to another district. That is a uniform motion or non-uniform motion? Bus. This train and the flights. These are uniform motion or non-uniform? Huh? No, non-uniform motion only. Okay. Non-uniform. But in trains we can say till some distance it will be, first it starts with the non-uniform, then after that it will be as a uniform in between, in middle, for some distance. Okay, it is changing. But suppose if you want to go purchase by scooty from your home to some vegetable market, you want to go for purchase a vegetable and you will go to the market and you will come back to your home. That is uniform motion or non-uniform motion? Huh? See, you are going, you are speaking. Yes, that is definitely non-uniform motion. First we will go with some speed and after that you will stop. Again we will go some speed, then you will stop. That is only you will reduce your speed and increase your speed. But if you see the planet's motion, that is a uniform or non-uniform? Yes, perfectly. That is a uniform motion. And the earth rotation is also a uniform motion. Now you understood what is a uniform motion and what is a non-uniform motion. Is it okay? Next, we will discuss about see, here we are having a uniform motion and non-uniform motion. How we are saying here in a non-uniform motion, how we are saying and how the speed is changing. Okay, that rate, some rate will be there now. In some 10 seconds, this many meters, or 20 seconds, this many meters. That thing, something will be there now. So next, I need to measure what is the rate of a motion. I am going, means I am moving from one place to another place, what is my rate? Okay, in the particular unit of unit of time, how much distance am I covering, that I need to know na? So I need to measure the rate of motion. Suppose if you observe in cricket match, so here one bowler is bowling na? So in 1 over he will be having a 6 balls. Okay, 6 balls he has to bowl. Then in his bowling, first ball is 140 km per hour his speed. Okay, second ball 143, third ball 135 km per hour. Like this means its speed is changing na, in a complete 1 over. Means his rate of motion is changing. So we need to next measure the what is the rate of motion. And if you see in highways, so near some toll gate or some any speed limit area is there, there will be for car 50 km per hour, or some truck it has to be some 40 km per hour. Means it will be mostly where we can see this one, we can see on flyovers. Flyovers, the speed limit will be there. So why? What is the reason why we need a speed limit on flyover for truck and for bike and for this car? So you please think about this one, and I will ask you in the next class. Why speed limit on flyovers? Okay, it has it has a technical reason only. Because of that only some speed limit will be there on a flyovers. So you just think and you just solve that problem. So you observe na, the bowling speed is changing. Means here in the first ball it has a sum 143 km per hour, or in second ball also it may not same as a first ball speed, it may change. Okay, and in signboards also, just now I already I told you the speed limit for the different vehicles. Okay, means from this we need to understand is that the different objects will take different amount of time to cover some given distance. Okay, and some of these are fast and some are slow. Okay, and the rate at which these objects move is different na. So these objects can be at the same rate also. Now these objects are moving na, that is at the some means some fast and some slow. Okay, and its we can say here, see, now we need to find that rate of motion. So object is moving from A to B. Some objects are moves some fast and some objects may go slowly. So now here I need to measure. Now I need to measure the rate of motion. So I need to involve one more physical quantity, that is known as a speed. Okay, means how much distance I traveled. How much distance I traveled by the how much distance that object is traveled in a given unit time. Okay, that is I need to know. So and this quantity is known as a speed. How much distance is traveled in a given amount of time, that is known as a speed. So here, what is the unit of this speed? What is the unit of this speed? Meter per second or centimeter, cm, centimeter per second, or we can say centimeter, meter, then next what will be there? Next?
Kilometer.
Yes, kilometer per hour. These are the units of speed. Okay, and see here. So to show means to give for any object we need to measure the speed na. So here we can measure only the magnitude. magnitude of a speed. Here no direction is there here. Whether it is in going east or west or north or south, we are not caring. Just we are measuring what? We are measuring the magnitude of the speed. Means how much distance it is traveling in a particular unit of time. That is only we are measuring. But here we are not measuring whether it is in going which direction. That is we are not concerned. So that is known as a speed. Here and here also some objects may travel uniformly and some objects may travel ununiformly. Okay, like in the motion. Okay, here in speed also it changes. Suppose you are going from one place A to another place B. So first you will go with some 100 km per hour. Then after that you will reduce your speed to some 80 km per hour. Okay, and after that you will go with some 50 km per hour and you will reach your destination. So now I cannot say na he is moving with 100 km per hour or he is moving with 80 km per hour or he is moving with 50 km per hour. I cannot say. Why? Because this speed is changing always. The speed is changing always in his non-uniform motion. So now what I need to do? I need to tell some one average speed. Means one speed I need to tell na. He moving from A to B with this much speed. So that speed should be a average speed only. That speed should be a average speed. Now what is a average speed? Average speed is nothing but what? Total distance travelled from A to B upon the total time taken. That is nothing but a average speed. See, now we will take one example. Just this one. So we need to cover this 100 km in a, see, one person A car travels a distance of 100 km in 2 hours and its average speed is 50 km per hour. So what do you understand from this one? I need to cover this 100 km in a 2 hours. Okay, but its average speed is a 50 km per hour. So average speed is 50 km per hour means what I can understand from here is that means the car is traveled means the average speed is 50 km per hour. So here, so the average speed is 50 km per hour. So here I need to cover this 100 km in 2 hours. Suppose if I cover this 100 km in 2 hours, so what is its speed actually? 50 km per hour. But if I say average speed is a 50 km per hour, then is there any guarantee that it is from starting only till ending it is in the 50 km per hour? No. While it is in the starting some 0 km per hour, and after that it is changing its speed na. So it may go up to 100 km per hour also, and after that, after some distance, he may change his speed to some 50 km per hour. So then what I will do? After that, I need to measure the average speed na. So I will add 0 plus 100 km per hour, some 50 km per hour upon the number of quantities. Means total time taken. Okay. So have you understood here? Here we understood about the average speed. So here in average speed in the here I can write this also. V is equal to S upon T, where S is the total distance travelled and T is the total time taken and V is the average speed. Okay. Now I am introducing one more quantity, one more physical quantity. See here, I am moving with some speed, but here I am not taking any directions. We are taking only the magnitude in this here, in this speed. We are considering only the magnitude. Now, if I take the direction also, if I take the direction is known as velocity. Okay, the quantity that specifies both magnitude and direction. and means how much speed I am moving with in which direction, whether it is in north, south or east, means okay, that is known as a velocity. Okay, so here the velocity of a object is a definitely uniform variable only. Okay, the velocity of an object, it can be a uniform or the velocity, it can be a uniform or it can be variable also, like speed here. Okay, but here what happens is that we are telling the direction, so plus and minus. If it is going in the positive direction, it will be plus, and if it is in the, if we get the velocity is a negative, means it will be in the opposite direction. But in speed, we don't have any positive speed or negative speed. Okay, so that is why here in velocity we need to consider both the magnitude and velocity. And in the velocity is also variable, so the velocity is also changing from its starting position to its ending position. So we need to find some average velocity. And if I take the magnitude of the velocity is equal, magnitude of the velocity of average velocity is equal to the average speed only. Okay, so here now the velocity of a object is changing at a uniform rate. Then what will be the average velocity? At uniform rate it is changing its velocity. Then what will be its average velocity? The average velocity will be its initial velocity plus final velocity upon 2. Means for uniform changing of a velocity. Okay, that we will next in the table we will understand with the example also. So average velocity is nothing but its initial velocity, means what is its starting velocity, and plus what is its final velocity after covering the distance or till to cover the distance, and upon 2. So in mathematically we can write here V average velocity is equal to u plus v by 2, where u is the initial velocity and v is the final velocity of the object. Okay, and next we need to understand what are the units of this velocity. See here also, here velocity is nothing but a speed only, but in velocity we are considering the extra part is that direction. Okay, so the magnitude of this velocity and the magnitude of the speed is both are same. So the units of velocity are meter per second or kilometer per hour. Okay, so it has both same units. So speed and velocity have the same units. Okay, centimeter per second it may be. Clear now what is a velocity and what is the difference between this speed and velocity? Have you understood?
Yes, sir. Understood,
Yes.
sir.
Next, one activity. Measure the time it takes you to walk from your house to your bus stop or the school. And if you consider that your average walking speed is a 4 km per hour, and estimate the distance of a bus stop or a school from your house. Can you find this one? You are having your average walking speed. You know your average speed. And estimate the distance of a bus stop or school from your house. Means if you know your time now, in how much time you covered from your bus stop from your house. So average speed here already we know na? Average speed is equal to total distance traveled by average speed is equal to total distance traveled upon total time. So here I know my average speed is what? 4 km per hour. and total distance traveled, that is I need to find. So I can take this as x. So what it may take, how many minutes of time you took, or how many hours. Okay, that if I put here now, then I can find this x value. Okay. See here, we will go with the one example on an average speed. One example problem. An object travels 16 meter in 4 seconds. 16 meters in 4 seconds. And then another 16 meter in 2 seconds. Next 16 meter will be in the 2 seconds. We cover. One object is covered. Then what is the average speed of the object? Okay. First, I need to calculate the total time taken and the total distance traveled by the object. Okay. So what is the total distance traveled by the object? 16 meter plus 16 meter na. First it is covers 16 meter and after that it covers a 16 meter. So 32 meter. Okay. Now what is the time taken? The total time taken is first 4 seconds. Next is the 2 seconds. 6 seconds. Then what is the average speed? Average speed is equal to total distance traveled 32 meter 6 seconds. So here 32 by 6 is our answer. So here 5.33, and what is the unit? Meter per second. Okay, is this clear? Yes. And you please go through the activity. Okay. So this is easy only, and if you have any doubt, you can discuss in the after next class. So here we'll discuss some questions. Distinguish between the speed and velocity. You know what is the difference between speed and velocity? The magnitude of speed and velocity are same.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
but
sir.
if
Yes, sir.
yes, if I consider means speed with a direction, that is nothing but a velocity. Okay. So here, under what conditions the magnitude of average velocity of an object is equal to the average speed? Under which conditions the magnitude of average velocity of an object is equal to the average speed? You just think over it. You can take this as a homework. Okay. And what does the odometer of an automobile measure? What it measures? It measures distance. Odometer. Speedometer is the speed. What does the path of an object look like when it is a uniform motion? What does the path of an object look like when it is in a uniform motion? It will be a linear motion. That I will show in the next. During an experiment, a signal from a spaceship reached the ground station in 5 minutes. What was the distance of the spaceship from the ground station? The signal travels at the speed of a light. You can calculate na here. You know here time, total time taken, and you need to find here distance only, and you know the here speed of a light. You know here speed, and you know here time. Just we need to calculate the distance. So speed is equal to distance by time now. Okay. Here I know what? Here I know the time, and here I know the speed also. Just I need to calculate the distance. Distance is equal to speed into speed multiplied with time. Here we will see some examples on speed here and the average speed. So here the odometer of a car reads 2000 km at start of a trip. When it is in the starting now, so just he observed that 2000 km at the start of a trip, and 2400 km at the end of a trip. Okay, if the trip took 8 hours, calculate the average speed of the car in kilometer per hour and meter per second also. See, then how much distance or how many kilometers of distance he traveled? Tell me here.
400 kilometers.
Yes.
400.
400 kilometers he traveled.
400 kilometers.
How much time he took? 8 hours. So yes, speed by time.
400 kilometers by 8 hours.
Yes.
8 hours.
So yes. So speed is equal to distance by time. Distance is 400 kilometers, 8 hours. So 50 kilometer per hour. Now we need to find in meter per second also. Just now we are in the kilometer per hour. Now we need to change it into a meter per second. See here, 50 kilometer per hour now. Okay.
8 hours.
So this is in the kilometer per hour. But now I need to change or I need to conversion from my meter per second. I need
Meter
to
per
do
second.
that. So how this 50 is 50 here. Kilometer means I can write this as 1000 meters by hour. Hour means how many minutes?
60 minutes.
60 minutes. 60 minutes. But I need here meter per second. So I can write this as a 50 multiplied with 1000 meter by here 60. 1 minute is how many seconds? 1 minute is how many seconds? 60 seconds.
60 seconds.
So
60
if
seconds.
I calculate this whole value, I will get in the form of meter per second.
Meter per second.
Okay. This is one. So here 13.9 meter per second you will get. Here this both the answers are same only. This is in the meter per second and it is in the kilometer per hour. Both the answers are same only. Now you learn that how to change from kilometer per hour to meter per second also. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Next, one more example we will solve here. Usha swims in a 90-meter long pool. She covers 180 meter in 1 minute by swimming from one end to the other end and back along the same straight path. Find the average speed and average velocity of Usha. Next, see here. Here I need to find the velocity and I need to find the speed also. So first I will calculate the distance. How much distance she covered. Distance covered is in 1 minute is 180 meters. Clear now? In 1 minute 180 meters. Then displacement is of Usha in 1 minute is how much? In the first class I told straight line come back again to the same position. Then what is the displacement?
0.
0 only. I am starting here and again I am coming back here only. Then my position from my reference point, what is the shortest distance? It is 0 only. So the displacement of Usha is 0 meters. Clear? Next, I need to calculate the average speed. The average speed is nothing but total distance covered by the total time taken. Total distance how much? 180 meters. And what is the total meters? Total time taken in 1 minute. So 1 minute. So
180 by 1 minute.
So if I do it in meter per second, so I will get this one. Now, what is an average velocity? Average velocity. Average velocity is what? Nothing but what? My displacement upon the total time taken. So what is my displacement?
0.
My displacement is 0. Okay. And my average velocity is displacement upon the time taken. Our displacement is 0. Total time taken is 60 seconds. So 0. Clear?
60 seconds.
0 meter per second. This is our average velocity. You know how to calculate the average speed and average velocity. Okay. And so now next we will discuss the concept of a rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity. In velocity also sometimes it is uniform, sometimes it is non-uniform also. Suppose if it is in the uniform motion of any object, Suppose if you are moving in a straight line, of any object it is moving in a straight line, the velocity remains constant also with time. So in this case, the change in velocity from one position to another position, the change in velocity is a zero, because it is in the uniform motion. Na? And when it is in the non-uniform motion, its velocity is changes, and its velocity is varies with the time. Okay, and it is a different values with the different instants of time and at different points of the path also. Okay, and so means the change in velocity of an object during any time of an interval is not zero in your non-uniform motion, but in a uniform motion the change in velocity is always zero. Okay, now we need to express our change in velocity and object here. We need to express how our velocity is changing. That is, I need to know. So I need to introduce one more quantity, how this velocity is changing and what is the change of velocity with particular unit of time. So that is known as a acceleration. That physical quantity is known as an acceleration. Acceleration is nothing but change in velocity upon a time. Okay? See here, someone wants to join him now. So acceleration is nothing but a change in velocity upon the time taken. So this change in velocity in where? When it is a uniform motion, there is no change in velocity. The change in velocity always zero from one point to another point. Why? Because it is moving with a constant velocity. But when it is in a non-uniform motion, here I have some velocity and here some different velocity and here again some different velocity. So here the velocity is changing from one place to another place. So then here we are having a one physical quantity to measure the change in velocity in a particular unit of time, or in a time taken to change that velocity. Is that quantity is known as acceleration. Acceleration is nothing but change in velocity upon the time taken. Okay, change in velocity from where? Its initial position to its next position. Okay, and suppose here we can, if we take here our initial value u, initial velocity is a u, and its our final velocity is a v, and the time taken is a t. Then the acceleration a is equal to change in velocity means final velocity minus initial velocity, v minus u upon the total time taken t. Okay, and this non-uniform motion, okay, this non-uniform means varying velocity, that kind of motion is known as also accelerated motion. That motion is also called as a accelerated motion. And sometimes this accelerated motion is there, that is positive, and sometimes it is negative also. That is negative also. How you can say here, when a is positive, a means acceleration is positive when our v is greater than u. Okay, and when a is negative, acceleration is negative when v, our final velocity, is less than our initial velocity u. Understood this one?
Yes, sir.
When acceleration is positive and when acceleration is negative. When I can say here our final value is there, final velocity, final value is more than our just initial value, then I can say here acceleration is a positive. Now it is clear? Now, yes. So here, these are the two cases. When our final value is less than our initial value, then our acceleration is negative. And when our final value is greater than our initial value, then I can say it is a positive. positive acceleration. Now we will be having some unit also now for this acceleration. So what is the unit of
Yes,
acceleration?
sir.
Unit of acceleration A is equal to, so some velocity means change in velocity upon time na?
Sir, your voice is not available, sir.
So it's only for one particular students or for all?
It is clear, sir. It is clear, sir.
Okay, then wait.
Yes, sir.
So wait Santosh. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now we are going to calculate what is the unit of acceleration. Here acceleration is nothing but change in velocity upon a time. Na? So what is the unit of this velocity? Meter per second.
Meter per
Second. Then again
Yes.
this division. And this time, what is the unit of time? Second. So I can say meter per second into 1 by s. So what is meter per second square? This is the SI unit of an acceleration. Meter per second square. I can write this as meter per second square here. S power minus 2 also I can write here. ms power minus 2. Okay, in mathematics you will learn inverse. Okay, here this is the meter per second square. Okay, and now here in acceleration also you will be having a uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration. If you take any one object and it travels in a straight line and its velocity is increases or decreases by just equal amounts of time. Its velocity, just if I increase my velocity na 10 meter per second, and same I will, if I decrease my velocity in just 10 meter per second, then I can say my acceleration of the object is said to be a uniform. Okay, this acceleration is depends on the change in velocity only. If my change in velocity is a uniform, then I can say my acceleration is also a uniform. Now what are the examples of this uniform acceleration? The examples are one free falling body. Suppose I was in the first floor or fifth floor of a building and I will throw throw any object from the fifth floor of the building and it will fall on the ground. So it is travels in a uniform acceleration. Okay, uniform accelerated motion. Next, suppose if I travel with a how we can say the object is a moving with a non-uniform acceleration rate. Suppose if you are moving in a car, so we are traveling along a straight road, increases our speed. Okay, and suppose means here if you don't have any traffic, we will go with some more velocity. Okay, and if I am having some traffic, then I will reduce my velocity. So my change in velocity is
sir. Your voice is breaking, sir.
So here we are learning about the uniform accelerated motion and non-uniform accelerated motion. If the change in velocity is uniform, then we can say it is a uniform accelerated motion, and if the change in velocity or change in speed it is a non-uniform, then we can say it is a non-uniform accelerated motion. So here you just see activity. In your everyday life you come across a range of motions in which acceleration in the direction of a motion and acceleration is against the direction of a motion, and acceleration is uniform, acceleration is non-uniform. Can you identify one example each for the above type of motion? Acceleration is in the direction of a motion in your daily life, means you need to give example for each and every one. Acceleration is against your direction of a motion, you need to give one example. And acceleration is uniform, where acceleration will be uniform, and where this acceleration is non-uniform. Just we discussed these two, and you please think after this class. Okay. Here we will solve one example problem. Starting from a stationary position, Rahul pedals his bicycle to attain a velocity 6 meter per second in 30 seconds. Then he applies brakes such that the velocity of a bicycle comes down to a 4 meter per second in the next 5 seconds. Now what we need to calculate the acceleration of a bicycle in the both the cases. Okay. So in the first case we need to check what to find the acceleration. We need to find the change in velocity. Okay, that is we need to do now. Change in velocity upon a time. So here he needs to pedal now his bicycle. So his initial velocity is 0, and he will, after pedaling, he will attain his velocity as a 6 meter per second. Okay, in how much amount of time? 30 seconds. So acceleration is equal to acceleration is equal to his final velocity is 6 minus his initial velocity is 0 upon the total time taken 30. So A is equal to 1 by 5. Okay. So here we can say A is equal to 0.2 meter per second square. Next what he is doing here, he applied his brakes on his bicycle and comes down to a 4 meter per second in the next 5 seconds. So here, then in the second case, what is his initial velocity? This is a challenging one. In second case, what is his initial velocity? In second case, when applying his brake now, he changes from 6 meter per second to the 4 meter per second. So his initial velocity u is the 6 meter per second, and his final velocity he reached after brake 4 meter per second. So what is the change in velocity? Now we need to find the acceleration. So v minus u upon time. Time is how much? In just next 5 seconds. So acceleration is equal to 4 meter per second minus 6 meter per second to the 5. So how much? 2 by 5. Okay, 2 by minus 2 by 5. So acceleration is nothing but minus 0.4 meter per second square. Understood here? Means here acceleration is negative, but because the change in velocity is reduced, no? So that is why his acceleration is negative accelerated. So we found that here how acceleration will be positive and how our acceleration is negative. When our change in velocity is positive, then we can say acceleration is a positive. And when the change in velocity is a negative, we can say the acceleration is a negative. Okay. You just observe here some questions. When will you say body is in a uniform acceleration and in a non-uniform acceleration? We discussed. A bus decreases its speed from 80 km per hour to 60 km per hour in 5 seconds. Find the acceleration. Here the acceleration will be positive or negative. By seeing this question only you need to say. His final velocity is what? V is 60 km per hour. Its initial velocity 80 km. Okay. Negative only. A is equal to 60 minus 80 by in 5 seconds. Okay. Here all are in the hours only. Na? So we need to change this 5 seconds to a in hours. We need to convert this seconds to a hours. Okay. So 5 seconds is equal to how much hours? How many hours? See, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, na? And 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So 1 hour is equal to, we can say 3600 seconds. So 1 second is equal to this here multiplying, it will comes here division 1 by 3600 hours. So what is the 5 seconds value? 5 seconds value is 5 upon 3600 hour. This you need to substitute there. Here in place of here 5 we need to put here 3600. Okay, is it okay for you everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then
Yes,
this third problem is a homework for you all. A train starting from a railway station and moving with a uniform acceleration attains a speed of a 40 km per hour in a 10 minutes. Find the acceleration. Simple. What will be the acceleration? Huh? Think na. Say something, whether it is right or wrong. No problem. Huh? You please do as a homework this problem. Here there is some logic, and you please go through the question one more time. Okay. Next, the next concept is that we need to represent our motion in a graphical way. I need to represent this motion in a graphical way. Okay. Now, shall we continue this class, or I need to stop here? Tell me.
Stop.
So okay, no problem. I am going to stop here. Thank you.